Hey guys, in this video I will be making a base guide and showing you guys the most important tips you must know while building a base. If you find this video useful, please drop a like and share this with other people. If you have not subscribed yet, please do and hit the bell notification button. I really appreciate it, guys. And thank you all for the support. Now, while building a base, you do not want to miss out these tips or do this too late before you finish your base design and realize you're screwed up. If you still don't have a really good base or haven't thought of a good base design, it's now time. So I will be telling 10 must-to-know tips about building your base. The first tip is a really obvious one. Start your base by building it in the center. This is really important because you want to expand your base from the center till the end. Second tip is, if you did not know, you can build spikes in checkerboards and still have an ability to honeycomb your spike traps and close them. This has a huge difference between just using a line of spike traps and checkerboard spike traps. If you use a line of spike traps, you cannot close the walls between them. You can only make walls in front and in the back of spike trap. If you find it too expensive to replace spike traps, it does not matter, because not placing it has no negative effects if you don't place spike traps. But if you do, it has a really big plus, because breaking a spike trap requires the enemy to use 2 additional hits for the spike trap and get extra 8 noise for them. If you don't want the spike traps to be broken, you can upgrade all the outer walls to level 3, but that is also going to cause problems. And I will explain this in tip number 3. So in tip number 3, you do not want to upgrade all of your walls to level 3 on the very outer line of a wall. You want to skip one layer of walls and do it on a second row of your outer walls. Here's a picture. This is where you want to build your outer walls. You take this green line and build stone walls all around your base. Do not build stone walls on the red line. Do not confuse yourself and mess it up. Build the stone walls on the green line and don't on the red line. Pretty simple. And now here's why. If you're a fan of raiding and you have 4 thread of skulls and you're also getting revenge raids every day and you're getting raided every time, the raiders would always break 3 or 2 stone walls on the red line. But if you have your stone walls on the green line, the raiders will never break your stone walls, because when they're raiding you, they will break the level 1 walls all around the red line. So keep the walls level 1 on the red line and level 3 walls on the green line, and honeycomb everything. Literally everything. If you don't want to lose stone walls and pay oak planks for no reason, just build the walls like that I have in my video. Raiders will break level 1 walls every time when you're getting raided. When all of the level 1 walls are broken, raiders will proceed to the level 3 walls, because obviously there's no level 1 walls. They were trying to find a better entrance for your base. But since there's no level 1 walls, all they know there is only level 3 walls. So just focus on level 1 walls on the outer wall. That will solve your problem on losing stone walls. Moving to tip number 4. When you have a fully honeycombed base all around you, it does not matter if you have or do not have level 2 or level 3 walls. You will never get raided if you have only 1 skull. If you have 2 skulls, you might get raided, but a high chance if you have 1 skull and you have raided and also you have a fully honeycombed level 1 base, you're never getting raided, believe me. Tip number 5 is, obviously everyone already knows this, but when you give bait boxes to the raiders, they will focus more on the bait box, take the loot, and AI will think that they don't want more loot even if you have more loot. They will take your bait box, break a couple level 1 walls outside, and leave your stone walls and don't touch them at all. Tip number 6, if you want to spend your steel on your base and have no clue how to do it, spend your steel only in the middle. Never do it on outside of the walls. That is going to cost you a huge amount of time just to cover your base in full metal, and it's not worth at all. And when metal cutter comes out, the raiders can break 1 metal wall and your wall layer of walls is useless because they already broke through. A good example would be spending your steel on a 5x5 room or 8x8 room or something like that and just honeycombing stone inside. Do not honeycomb stone inside yet, because all it needs now is just to cover your room around with steel and it's going to be unraidable. But when metal cutter comes out, you will need to either honeycomb your steel room with stone or metal. That's going to be costly, as the metal cutter will probably make tons of noise, even up to 20. Tip number 7, do not build level 2 walls outside of stone walls. Why? Because the horde and the raiders will destroy it. You can easily build level 2 walls inside the stone rooms, because horde gets killed by the level 3 walls and the raiders need to reach your stone walls first. Of course, if you want to upgrade the level 2 wall to level 3 instantly, do it. But if you do not have the resources for level 3 and you're planning on cranking out level 2 walls, do not do it. First get the resources for both level 2 and level 3 walls and then proceed to build it. Tip number 8, you can use decorations to block your walls. So if a raider breaks a wall in my base and I have a safe, guess what? He can't go through it. Safes block a wall no matter what. If they break it, they cannot break the safe, so they have to go around. Basically, if you break a wall and the safe is covering the wall, guess what? You can't go through the safe. Let's take an example of this footage. If a raider goes through this wall, he either chooses to go through the left stone wall, or the right one, or the top. But now imagine this right wall is a metal wall. He needs to use a metal cutter to go through it, and C4 cannot be used on a metal wall, right? So after he breaks the metal wall, then there's a trunk that he also has to break. If he decided to break the trunk, that's going to give him a lot of noise. Even with C4, it will make him a lot of noise. And if he decided to go through the left or top wall, they're so screwed because they're raiding and going for nothing and just a big waste and dead end. Now let's say the person puts C4 on the top wall. I mean, let's say that's impossible because the safe is actually blocking the wall. Even if it was possible, well, the safe is going to block the hell out of the player and he will not be able to pass. If the player chooses to go through the right side of the wall, he will have to break the wall and plus 2 more walls just to go around that stupid safe. This is really annoying, isn't it? So get advantage of your decorations, safes, and buildings while you still can. And here's proof that the safe does block players from entering. If you do not have safes, it's okay. You can use boxes like that where you don't want people to break in from. Block the walls with a box. That will make them suffer more and spend more resources breaking the box just to go inside your base. Because if you put a box in a wrong rotated angle, the enemy can easily break through my wall. But if I rotate it and put it like this, the enemy has to break the box additionally just to go through where he desires. Tip number 9. When building ADV, acid bath, gunsmith bench, and the pet house, you want to put it away as much as possible from your best loot. Because if you have one wall that has access to all of your loot, it's a very bad idea. Keep your buildings away from the best loot as much as you can. Taking an example from my base. The doghouse needs 4 walls broken to be accessed. Now, as you can see, these decorations and buildings take a lot of your space. That's why we are keeping it away from the good loot and boxes. My main loot is kind of in the center, and the player will need from 3 to 4 C4s at least to get a box of my guns. Nearly nobody takes that much C4, but yes, it is possible to raid my base, but only get like 1 or 2 boxes until the big one shows up. Tip number 10. If you're a guy like me and you have a lot of trunks and medium boxes in your base already, you can use small boxes all around your base and keep them there. This will give the raiders more time to break the boxes instead of your level 3 walls and focus on level 1 walls. Don't forget to put at least 1 spring or 1 turret part or any really useless garbage items, or even trash. If the boxes get broken, you can easily repair them and restock it by putting items back again. This consumes like 2 or 3 minutes, but it is still worth it. To not lose the items you have rather than just getting raided, right? Alright guys, I hope this video helps. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next upcoming tutorials I will be doing. But first of all, now tell me guys, what other tutorials do you want to see me doing? Post it down below in the comment section, I really appreciate it. Once again, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.